If men and women as a whole in society had a competition over who could point the most fingers, women, we would hands down win. There's this trend over social media right now where women are talking about how men are embarrassing and sharing their stories. But I'm wondering why women are always so embarrassed by everybody else, but not themselves. Think it's embarrassing having your heart broken by a man? Oh, it's not like it was embarrassing for him to date an OnlyFans model who begged for money via playing hide the household products up her cooter for $3.99 on OnlyFans. I want to start it off with this woman who says, the way men downgrade is so embarrassing. I love these ones because it's always the prettiest girls whose faces don't quite make sense because they're wearing 10 pounds of makeup, right? It's like the type of women that you definitely couldn't take to the pool for the first date. Definitely don't want to have a one-night stand with on the first date. Wake up in the morning, look over like, oh God, is that your ugly sister Matilda? Oftentimes when you see a man downgrade, quote unquote, what a lot of you seem to not realize is, no, his eyes aren't like broken. He doesn't give a fuck about looks. And what women like this fail to realize is that instead of being embarrassed for him, be embarrassed for yourself because he left I don't know, some people would consider her a 10, honestly. We'll give her a 7 to be generous. But if he leaves someone like you for a woman who looks like me, it says a whole lot about your personality. It says a whole lot about the fact that you can look as nice as you want, but most men actually want a loving woman, a woman that they can tolerate, a one that brings some sort of peace to the relationship, a woman that can challenge his ideas, not call him stupid and put him down. He wanted a woman who wasn't shallow and thought that she was better than everybody else just because she has a tiny nose that daddy bought her.
Here's your daily reminder that men are embarrassing and should not be trusted.
I'm not going to say anything.
I was just listening to this playlist and Linger by the Cranberries came on. And it reminded me that a few years ago, this guy that I was dating.
I swear to God, if that was her like love song with that man, that is probably more embarrassing than anything she's about to say here.
We were in an open relationship. It's the first and last time I will ever try an open relationship. But he had stayed at my house. We were making breakfast the next morning and he was like scrolling on his phone on Instagram and he was like, who are the Cranberries? And I was like, first of all, if they don't know who the Cranberries are, they're too young for you, bro.
Okay, I'm so sorry. He's supposed to be the embarrassing one.
Bro, what am I doing? But I showed him. I was like, oh, the fucking Cranberries. Like, here's this song and here's this song and this and that and this and that. And he was like, oh my God, yeah, I guess the like lead singer passed away. And I was like, what? That's fucking so...
Can we speed this up a little bit?
And I get on Instagram like a little bit later and see that this motherfucker had posted on his story, so sad to see that like the lead singer of the Cranberries died, like such a great band. This motherfucker had never even heard the Cranberries.
Okay, so he's trying to be in. He's trying to be hip, just like you, with that shirt that is 2 times too small and that haircut that belongs on a 10-year-old little boy. He's just trying to fit in.
He posted this on his story just to get some alt girl poontang. And I bet it fucking worked too. Oh, isn't that so embarrassing? I dated him. I continued to date him after that. Hello? I was not well.
Notice how she conveniently left out who broke up with who? Ew, first of all, what's embarrassing is that hint of insecurity there. Probably posted it to get some alt girl. Like, whose brain goes there? An example, embarrassed by absolutely everything but themselves.
I think the number one most embarrassing thing to be right now is somebody's girlfriend.
I think the most embarrassing thing right now is that you pulled out your phone and thought, yes, this is the moment that I need to take a video. Aren't those supposed to be like under eye patches? Like, is that for a fucking giant? How big are your cheekbones? What? I've never seen those before.
Because a lot of you men are so disgusting and embarrassing, it's crazy. Like, some of them really be out here fucking anything.
That's called being a man whore. There are women equally slutting themselves out to these men, right? Are they not culpable? Because they both kind of seem like they should be to me.
Straight to the bone. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like all this while you have a girlfriend at home. Do you not understand the risks?
Lady, you have Paw Patrol playing in the background, okay? I don't know what content you thought was appropriate to be making around your child. I sure hope that they're not there. They're probably at the baby daddy's. Okay, so the baby daddy cheated on you. Not hard to deduce. I just don't understand what's so hard for these women to just be like, my baby daddy is embarrassing, or my ex-boyfriend was embarrassing. Like, why you gotta say men are embarrassing? It's such a generalization, and it's such a disservice to a story that, like, could be funny if these women were funny.
Do you not understand how scary that could be for somebody else? Like, but what kills me is that whenever they be like, oh, nah, like, I don't fuck with dirty bitches. Like, that girl, she's mad clean. Like, she don't even look like she got an STD.
No, I actually heard that before from my male best friend. I asked him, I was like, do you know who she's been with recently? And he's like, no, but look at her. She don't look like she's got an STD. Bitch, most people don't look like they have an STD, okay? It's not like they walk around with fleas buzzing out of their hair and flies popping out of their shorts. Like, it doesn't, there's no warning sign, typically. But I have also had this conversation with girlfriends of mine. So, you're wrong.
Azaroso. Please tell me what the fuck chlamydia looks like, because I really want to know.
What bothers me about these videos is, like, there are some really greasy dudes out there. Guess what? There's some nasty bitches out there. Nasty bitches that cheat. So I don't understand what's with this generalization. I've heard no story so far that's, like, unique to the male experience.
Guys, if I ever post a man, just know that it's not my boyfriend. I would never post my boyfriend. Like, yo, going public with a man again? It ain't never gonna happen. Like,
Is it just me, or did any man who once dated her seem to dodge a big fat bullet? I don't know. She's giving toxic. She's giving entitled. She's giving rude. Giving, I'm going to show up 30 minutes late for the date, and then when you complain, I'm going to blame it on the fact that you're a Capricorn. Like,
I wouldn't even post my boyfriend's ear or his finger or like a strand.
you can't even post yourself without an over-dramatized filter on your face. What the fuck are you worrying about somebody else for?
Of his hair. Never.
Like, something tells me that these women aren't really going to have to worry about the treatment from embarrassing men in the future, because, like, men are going to take one look at them and be like, oh, you're embarrassed by me? Oh no. Whatever will I do? How will I survive? Hey, that place has chicken wings. Like, the thing is that this reflects so much women's inability to use insight, to look at themselves and figure out where are their red flags? What are the things that they can change? What are the things that they can learn from? This is just something that women seem to not be capable of doing, although we preach to men constantly about how you guys need emotional intelligence, but, like, honestly, men figure out their emotional shit all by themselves. Like, they are stigmatized to just keep that shit to themselves. So they're constantly thinking about it. Like, they are themselves best friend, okay? I think that they may be a little bit more advanced at, like, the insight, emotional intelligence shit than we are. I mean, damn, they sure know how to communicate it as well. It's just they're stigmatized, called soft, gay, questioned if they're even men. Men are very emotionally smart, and they have the ability to look into themselves. Some men are assholes. As women as a whole, like, it really seems like we've just blatantly forgot how to do this. We really live in a society where, like, I can hit my boyfriend, and if he hits me back, he's gonna get arrested. We live in a society where slapping your boyfriend and kicking him in the nuts is a funny trend on TikTok. We live in a society where it's perfectly acceptable for me to cheat on my boyfriend, because that just means he wasn't man enough, but if he cheats on me, he wasn't man enough to handle me. But this inability to look at what we're doing wrong is at a much greater, scarier level. Who else has heard of this phrase? Experts would agree that violence by women is typically in self-defense. Reality check. They actually don't agree, and the real experts who have studied hundreds upon hundreds of studies and found gender symmetry within domestic violence rates, they're being ignored and silenced. And like Professor Richard Gillies. I was not quite shouted down, but it was explained to me that I must be certainly wrong. And even if women did hit men, it was always in self-defense, and that women never used violence to coerce or control their partners, as did men. If anybody is qualified on this topic, it is this man. And do the experts agree? No, the experts disagree with the actual fucking expert. These are the 11 most common given reasons by women as to why they are abusing their male partner. Because yes, women are capable of that. If we can acknowledge that women have rights over their own bodies and their autonomy, then we have to acknowledge, and that means that they have the capability to make choices that we don't fucking like, including choices like always pointing the finger at men and not at ourselves. Fun random fact of the day, did you know that feminists work to erase male survivors of rape? Dr. Mary Koss says it is inappropriate to consider as a rape victim a man who engages in unwanted sexual intercourse with a woman. Did you know that men and women who experience unwanted sexual intercourse, did you know that their statistics are damn near so close to being the same? I know what some of you were thinking. Whoa, like, way to jump the scale. These women are talking about being embarrassed by men, and now you're talking about society not even recognizing male victims. Well, this does coincide very clearly, because when women walk around and make these generalizations about men, it puts all of the blame on them, therefore taking all the onus off of women. And when we stop looking at ourselves, and we stop engaging with the world with a skeptical lens, that's when we become the oppressors, the problem, the ones who should be embarrassed, the ones who other people are embarrassed by. So many of these women, rather than looking at the individual traits of those men that they were with and saying, oh my God, that was shitty, shouldn't have happened, hey, what can I learn from this? What were the red flags? So that I can avoid ever getting into one of those situations again, should I be able to help it? Because guess what? We have a little bit of control over the things that happen to us in this world, not all of it. When things happen to us, we have the duty as human beings to analyze that situation, figure out what it is that we can control, and own that shit. Change it. But every time women wake up and put their phones to their face and make some generalization about men and how they're shitty and how they're embarrassing, they further perpetuate that they are never the problem, that men are the problem, which further perpetuates issues like men not being recognized as domestic violence victims, as women not being recognized as being capable of committing violence. Women get this softer tone in society. Oh, she killed her husband? Oh, she said he attacked her first? Oh, it's fine. This teacher raped her 16-year-old student? He's a boy. He liked it. It's fine. There's a bigger picture here. We need to stop making excuses for shitty fucking women. We need to stop this trend, because it's stupid, it's disgusting. And for just once in my life, I want to wake up and not see men be just absolutely dehumanized and degraded on the internet. And as I'm sure you guys do as well. I mean, fuck, I have a vagina. I can't even imagine what it's like for you guys. That's it for today. Check the description below to follow me on any of my other social medias. I have a subreddit. I have a Twitch. If you are going to be in Calgary, Alberta on July 8th, check out the description to see how you can meet me at the Connor Price Show, where my artist will be performing and opening for him. And make sure you check out my podcast. It is the #1 men's rights podcast in the world, according to me. Putting it out into the universe. Also, you guys have really helped save my channel. A lot of my videos were just getting demonetized, getting striked, getting taken down, and it's still happening, but I've noticed a lot more of you guys have been subscribing, liking the video, and commenting. I know you guys hear a lot of YouTubers be like and subscribe, and I'm sure it gets annoying, but at the end of the day, what it really does is it shows the algorithm that our channels matter. So if there is a channel that you enjoy, that it helps your mental health, you feel heard, please consider interacting, subscribing, liking, leaving a comment. It really makes a difference. You guys have been doing that more, and my channel has been a little bit better behaved lately, so thank you.
Never did fumble. Derrick Henry with the ball running through. All of y'all hit a juke. That my dog celebrating. Thank the Lord. I've been down. I had my flaws doing me. Now praise to God. Going big gorilla on y'all. Out my cage. Just get this on.